Greetings of universal peace, everybody. This is Jacob Rhythmic Dragon, Director of Communications for the Foundation for the Law of Time. And this is the video for Noos-letter of the Foundation for the Law of Time, number 156. This is for the magnetic moon of the red self-existing moon year. Welcome to the new year, everybody. I hope you all had an awesome day out of time, and I hope you're feeling your heart filled with universal forgiveness and openness so you can start the new 13 moon year on a fresh slate. I hope you've granted yourself all the forgiveness you need for yourself and all the compassion and empowerment you have to do what you need to do in this year. So let's look at the cycles this moon. In this magnetic moon, it's going to all be within the white northern castle of crossing, and that is a 52-day cycle that began on Kin 53 red magnetic skywalker. The first day of the moon, Kin 69 red self-existing moon, is where the name of the whole year comes from, and that's how it always works in the 13 moon calendar. The first day, the first kin, signifies the energy for the entire year, red self-existing moon. And that's Kin 69. It's actually the fourth day of the second wave spell of the white northern castle of crossing. That's the wave spell of death, the world bridger wave spell of death. The white northern castle is also called the court of death. So in the cosmology of the 13 moon calendar, death of course means more than just cessation of life, but also just the death, the ego death, the letting go of things that no longer serve, the transition from one state of being to another, while letting go the previous state and bringing along any wisdom that may have come from that previous state, and so on and so forth. Everything that death can or could mean is encoded into that code. So in this magnetic moon, we're all in that white northern castle of crossing, the court of death, and this also happens to be within the blue eagle season, the blue galactic spectrum, which is a 65-day cycle, and it's encoded with the power of vision. So that's always the case. The white northern castle of crossing in these particular 28 days will always also be in the blue eagle season of vision. So in other words, within the white northern castle of crossing, the court of death, there's also happening the blue season of vision. So you have vision and death occurring kind of coextensively, which is also a very interesting thing to contemplate. And so you can take that on board in your day-to-day, reflections of what's happening around you and in your observations of the synchronicity that's weaving throughout your life. Throughout these 28 days, there's going to be, the underpinning of vision and death happening at the same time. And then simultaneous to that, you have the wave spells that are represented within the 28-day moon. So the first 10 days of the moon are going to represent the last 10 days of the white world bridger wave spell of death. So there's kind of a little extra emphasis of the energy of death because we're in the 52-day white northern castle of crossing, court of death. And the second wave spell in that is the world bridger wave spell of death. So another opportunity to reflect upon that and just keep that energy in mind as we're cruising through the 28 days. After the world bridger wave spell, which by the way concludes on gamma 10 of this moon, we'll begin the blue storm wave spell, the power of self-generation. And that begins on Kali 11, Kin 79, the blue magnetic storm. And that day is also known as the Kin 79 is also known as the noosphere constant. 79 is a prime number, and this is one of the codes in the 441 synchronotron cosmology that's referred to as the noosphere constant. So you can learn more about that by looking at lawoftime.org/synchronotron. So you can, and that's the more advanced level of the 13 moon calendar. But there you can learn about why this is called the noosphere constant. But it's pretty cool that occurs on day 11 of the moon, because if you look at the 28-day moon graphic, you can see that days 11 and 18 are like the heart of the moon. It's the very center of the 28 days when looked at as a whole matrix. So it's pretty cool that the noosphere constant is going to be there on day 11, right in the heart of the moon. And so in this moon, we have all 13 days of the wave spell of self-generation. So again, we're having that 65-day season of vision, the 52-day white northern castle court of death, and then we have all 13 days of the blue storm wave spell of self-generation. So all these codes are are intermingling together simultaneously. After the blue storm wave spell starts the yellow human wave spell. That starts on kin 92, and that's on gamma 24 of this moon, or August 18th Gregorian. And you'll see that it has days 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, with the final day of the moon being the 5th tone, or the 5th day in the yellow human wave spell. So, and that's the yellow human wave spell is coded by the powers of wisdom, free will, and influence. So again, just to quickly recap, we know that we're flowing through the blue eagle season of vision, 65-day cycle, and we're going through the 52-day white northern castle of crossing, the court of death. And then within this moon, we have the completion of the wave spell of death, the entirety of the, and we can also say the wave spell of death has the codes also of equalizing opportunity. So, World Bridger wave spell death, equalizing opportunity, the entirety of the blue storm wave spell of self-generation, catalyzing energy, and then the beginning of the yellow human wave spell of free will, influencing wisdom. So that's the whole, capsule of the magnetic moon, kind of like a little synchronic vitamin we'll all take, and that's all the little codes, the nutrients for our synchronic navigation, or nutrients for our holon, which is a word that you learn when studying this cosmology. Holon meaning like your body in time, or the full integration of your third dimensional self with your fourth dimensional self, and also your fifth dimensional self, but particularly your fourth dimensional self as it navigates and experiences synchronicity. So it's a little magnetic moon, a multivitamin for your fourth dimensional body, containing the powers of, or the ingredients of, vision, the season of vision, the castle of death, the wave spell of death, the wave spell of self-generation, and the wave spell of free will. So you just take that on board and let it go through your fourth dimensional bloodstream. And I also wanted to point out the galactic activation portals for this moon. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 galactic activation portals. Of course, we love the number 7. In every moon, there are 28 days, which is 4 times 7, and 4 is always in the middle of a 7-day cycle, so 4 is to 7, and 7 is always in the middle of the 13-day cycle. 7 is to 13, 4 is to 7, and 7 is to 13. So we love our 7 galactic activation portals, and they're going to occur on Kali 4, Kali 4 with kin 72, yellow resonant human. On Celi 9, it's kin 77, red crystal earth. On Gamma 17, it's kin 85, red resonant serpent. On Limi 20, kin 88, yellow planetary star. On Kali 25, that's kin 93, red lunar skywalker. And then the moon concludes, of course, on day 28, which is also a full moon, on kin 96, yellow overtone warrior. So that's the information for the magnetic moon. And remember, when we're in the magnetic moon, we ask ourselves, what is my purpose? So you ask yourself, what is my purpose? And you take that multivitamin I just described before, and hopefully by day 28, you have an answer. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I wish you all the best for the magnetic moon, and I will see you next time.